Alright, so if you watched my last episode, you know how all the view tab works and what everything does. Now I will be going over to the home tab and teaching you how to move objects and how to put stuff in your game. So you could go to the home tab or the model tab to do this, but I like to go to the home tab because it's easier to look at and it looks a lot cleaner in my opinion. So what I'm going to do is tell you how to insert a part. So you could left click and press right click on anywhere in your screen and press insert part. That will insert a part wherever your mouse was. Now this part, as you know, like base plate, it has properties. You could mess around with that if you want. It's really helpful for just beginner scripting. I did this a lot. That's how you insert a part. You can also insert a sphere by clicking on the insert tab right here on Roblox Studio. On the home page, you can insert a UI like that. It automatically goes to starter GUI whenever you click it, so that's nice. You can insert a wedge, a cylinder, pretty much anything in Roblox. These are the basic shapes. You could also insert a mesh using Blender, but if you know how to use Blender, you don't need to be watching these tutorials. But essentially, you can move it with these tools right here. You can select it, move it around. You can make it bigger with these tools for all of them. You know, the size of the object, the X axis, the Y axis, Z, you know. You can rotate it with this one. If I want to rotate it like that, can twist it that way. Make this go like that. And then we have Toolbox. Now Toolbox is really good for learning to just like look at scripts, but I am going to be teaching a scripting tutorials with my beginner scripting video. Now if you look here, there's a search bar, or you can just get a Roblox default item. Now when you click on that item, it will actually spawn into your game. If I wanted pine tree, I click on pine tree, it spawns it in. If I want a lighting post, click on it and it gets spawned in. You can also rotate this, like this. You can rotate the object, or don't rotate, you know? Yeah, you can rotate the object. You can scale the object just like a part, but sometimes it can get kind of funny, in my opinion. You can rotate, you can move objects up and down with a move selector and selection. Sometimes that'll break it. So essentially you can insert really anything into your game. Consider treehouse, and if you click on the info tab right here. Okay, well don't work then. Never mind. Now, if you can like the object like that, you can dislike it if you don't like it, and just basic liking stuff. Now we have a treehouse in our game, looks pretty cool. Now you can go to images, you can insert an image, a mesh, like I mentioned, complex things like the Dominus Frigidus, Steampunk Dominus, anything. You can insert a mesh for anything really. Then you can do plugins. This is where you install plugins. Uh, Really easy plugins, you know, help you develop, build, model, animate, stuff like that. Or you can actually search for something. So if I want a hat, it will give me a hat. If I want a car, it'll give me a car. And I could click on that car and drive it around if I wanted to. And then just press delete to delete it. That's how the toolbox works. You can also put all these things, most taken, favorited, updated ratings, or you can search for a custom user. Now, when you insert a part, there's a material tab. Now, when you click on that material tab, you can change the material of the object. Like I just changed it to grass, neon, wood, anything really. In whatever object you click, it'll change everything in that object to that thing. So if I want to change the whole place to neon, I just change the whole place to neon. And I can also change the color. If I wanted to change it to gray, then I changed it to gray. Same thing with here. If I want to change it to that color, I can change it to that color. I can change it to anything. That's what that does. Now lock is essentially so you can't grab it at all. You click on lock and it'll lock the object that you just did so you can't accidentally move it. For some reason lock does not want to work. Yeah, there. So I just locked the base plate. I also just locked that tool and now you can't accidentally grab it because it's locked. Now if you notice we can also have a group tool. An anchor. Anchor essentially makes it not fall apart when you spawn in. It anchors everything so it can't move. Then you have the unlock tool. If you click on a locked object again, it'll unlock it. You can move it again. Then you have the group tool, which essentially creates a group. It groups the object. It creates a model with the parts that you selected. If I want to select this, this, I can press Control G or just press group. And that'll put everything in that thing in a model. The play button, it plays your game. You know, basic stuff. You can run it too if you have scripts with AI development. I use that a lot. Game settings. You can open up permissions, the avatar, what you want. You can look into that later or DM me on Discord. That's pretty much the introduction to Roblox Studio, and this will be the last episode of this series because now you know everything you need to know to go to my current scripting tutorial videos. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me on Discord or message me on Roblox. See ya.